What is going on YouTube? As I said, I'm on this joint now. We're bringing the weekly videos. It's getting very exciting. So when I'm on the YouTube grind, that means there's some events and exciting, usually shows or competitions ahead. So that's where we're at. Appreciate all the feedback on the last video last week. With a nice little kickoff here down here in Houston, kind of giving you guys up to date with everything going on. And now we get to share with you going forward. So if you were watching my social medias at all last week, I made an announcement in regards to with this move. My time came up with my contract with Raw Nutrition. With that, it was decided that it was time to kind of go a different route moving forward. I had such a good time with Raw Nutrition over the last 3 years. You know, became very, very close with Matt and Chris, obviously, and it was awesome to see what they built out there. But with, you know, kind of moving away, I had some new opportunities arise, and last week I announced that on my social media that I am now working with a new supplement company. It ties into everything we're doing down here. And if you saw that, the company is called LeaderFormulas. Since it is a new company, what I'm going to be able to provide is kind of just give my suggestions on some formulations as well as just product ideas in general, especially of what I've seen from other companies I've been with, what I've seen from all over the world and things like that. I'm excited because that's something I've always wanted to do, is be a little bit more hands-on the formulation side of things. So I really want to put together a really cool intro workout here ahead with carb powder version there, health wellness product in the morning for digestion, to start your day, things like that. So this is going to be really exciting that I can be a little bit hands-on here and help grow this brand. Through the videos here ahead, I'll kind of go in depth on the products I'm using. I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown of each one. So the Rapture here is our main pre-workout. This is probably the top seller that it has so far. It's going to be more of a little bit higher stim on this one. I think it's 400 milligrams of caffeine per serving, but it has everything else in regards to the focus matrix and then a little bit of a pump factor too. To combat that, we have a no stim pre-workout as well called Force, and so that's going to be just your pure pump formula all in one there. We also have a greens powder. You can't go wrong with the greens powder. I'm a big advocate of this because I'm not a big vegetable eater, so he has gotten that started as well. It's a very good one. Helios, which is going to be, you know, Helios means burn, fire in a way, so this is going to be our fat burner. Hypnos, which is actually a sleep formula, so this is a nighttime sleep formula to take before bed. It's going to help you put you to sleep. And then finally, the last product as of now is the Intra Amino. So this is going to be the current intro workout, which is amino based with the hydration formula as well. This is just great to take obviously during your workout. I've been using it already and I'm really excited about this, and it's something I want to expand on ahead too. That's when you can kind of add a side carb formula product as well to add to this. And so we got a lot of things here. This is a great base, like I said, has from the start to finish. I know we want to do protein in the future, which is really exciting, but overall it's just something I've always wanted to be a part of and a little bit more hands-on instead of just from a distance kind of watching it. Now I get to actually see everything that goes into it and then provide my feedback, provide my ideas, and then, you know, hopefully we can continue to blow this up. So you can catch all this stuff, get LeaderFormulas.com, or just LeaderFormulas.com. I mean, my code is, if you want to try anything as of now, my code is Butcher always on anything I got. In these videos I'll show you how I take these products and when to use them and how to use them, and then the new ones to come, which I'm so excited about. So this episode today, we are about to go over and do some training today. So we're training today, and then tomorrow is the Branch One Classic, like I told you guys about last week. Myself, Martin will be guest posing there. They already have, we've heard a really good turnout this year, so a lot of numbers. There will be the Butcher Bomb booth. Well, this will all be done by the time you guys see this, but the Butcher Bomb booth is going to be there, which I'm excited about, as well as the Leader Formulas booth. So it's going to be a great weekend. And so guest posing, a little bit of training, and still just continuing this path to the show. So 16 weeks out from Olympia, probably 15 weeks out from the other show that we'll be announcing here soon. And it's just about just to get down and into the gritty here now soon. So let's get over there. Let's talk some more over at the gym about what this week's going to look like ahead. And let's have a good day. Let's get after it. And we'll see you over there. What's up, everybody? Like I said, we are over here at the Leader Fitness Gym. So today we are going to get a little training in before we set up for the rest of the weekend. What you guys will see next is a little bit of a shoulder and tricep workout. I've been kind of throwing those two together lately. What happened with me is usually I do a full arm day. I actually tweaked my bicep about a month ago now, so I'm kind of just been doing a lot of rehab on that. It's not very comfortable in performing full reps yet in regards to exercises and sets and everything. So I've just been doing rehab on it. So I kind of switched up the split a little bit, and we are doing a shoulder day with some triceps, and that's kind of like the arm day. So I'm just throwing some extra shoulder volume in there. Earlier in the week, we have a push day still, so it's mainly chest with some shoulders, and then this is kind of our secondary shoulder day to get some more in. Still doing a back day by itself, doing a quad day by itself, and the hamstring day by itself. So that's kind of what the split's looking like right now. We just kind of bounce off it, take rest as we need. I'm kind of like that. It ends up always usually being about, I'll do like 2 days on, 1 off. sometimes 3 days on, 1 off. With Martin and myself, it's a lot of it's just kind of communicating, and we know our bodies now and how they feel. That kind of dictates what the rest days are. So that's how I set those up. We're gonna do about 4 to 5 exercises of shoulders, which I'll explain, and the purposes of each, and then we'll probably do 2 to 3 triceps and be done, because I gotta get some practice a little bit of posing afterwards, because I gotta guess posing tomorrow. So you guys are coming with us to, like I said earlier, to the Branch Warren Classic, and that's downtown here in Houston, so a local show, which will be nice. You just get up in the morning and go down, selling Butcher Balm at a booth all day, meeting a lot of people there. Sounds like the turnout's gonna be really good, over 400 athletes across the stage. So this is gonna be a good show and a good introduction to moving here to Houston. There's a nice little guest posing to kick things off. So you guys will be with us, be seeing that, but we gotta get the training in. So we're gonna kick this thing off. So to start, we are gonna do some rear delts. So we gotta warm up. I like to work from the back to the front on shoulders. So we do rear delts first. They're the smallest muscle group I consider of the 3, and something that you touch probably the least. So really focus on killing those rear delts early on, and then we'll move the side delts, those lateral delts, and then the anterior delts to finish. So it won't be a full shoulder day. It's gonna be split up, so only about 4 exercises. So I'm gonna pick about 4 or 5 of my absolute favorites in here. I'm gonna go through those today, and then have some fun explaining and how we do it. So let's get this off, get some warmed up, and then I'll explain it as we go. Patrick, that's a weird way to start out quads.
No, man, I'm just following the kid around.
I've never done that exercise for quads. So with me training by myself today, it gives a little bit of an opportunity to kind of talk and explain it a little bit more. You know, I try to do pretty good at that when Martin and I are really getting after it, but obviously sometimes we just get into the workout as you should, and then we just keep going and forget to explain everything. So today I'm going to really do an emphasis on explaining the stuff that I usually don't touch on. Obviously I always talk about the sets and, you know, the performing the exercise, but now we can talk about a little bit of rest intervals, we can talk about warm-ups, we can talk about execution, things like that. So first here, I want to talk about how I set up my exercise, right? So we're doing the rear delts here. I'm probably going to end up doing 3 working sets, because especially with a smaller body part, we'll do 3 working sets here. But you don't just go straight into that working set, right? You need to warm up, prepare the body for the day. So especially this first movement of the day, we really want to get a little extra emphasis on warming up, because it's going to set us up for all the exercises the rest of the day. What I like to do here, especially on the first one of the day, is we're going to touch. We'll do probably 2 or 3 touches. I call them touches, the warm-up set. They're sets, but I don't count them, right? They're just warm-ups. You're preparing the body for execution for a head. So I'll start off, you know, I really like here. First set we did, I only went to about 60 pounds or whatever that's at. And it was super easy, but what I did is I did 15 there, just felt the movement, controlled, making sure your biomechanics are feeling right. Everything is firing. Next, I'll jump at probably another 50%. We're going to like 90 now. And I'll do another set, like I said, about 15 reps, really feeling it. And then I'll decide if I'm gonna do a third warm-up to really just gauge out those top sets. Because your warm-up should set you up for your top weight. You should know exactly, by the time you're done with your warm-ups, you know exactly what weight you wanna use, because those are setting that up for that. So we'll decide here after 2 or 3 warm-ups, and then you go right into that working set. I've heard people say that you gotta envision that you have a gun to your head on those top sets. I don't think there's enough intensity involved in training nowadays, where it's like those top sets, you should be in there all the way to complete failure, and you're not getting out there until your body is completely done, or those muscles and tendon are completely done, right? A lot of people just get caught up, yeah, they see the number 10, they stop at 10, right? Even though they had so much more. So think about that. You can make your workout so much shorter, so much more efficient with just the intensity aspect. If you're going to true failure on these, you're gonna be pooped within like an hour and a half, right? And you can't go anymore. So it's all about where you take these working sets. So let's go see another warm-up. Oh shit. Got her. That was a good one. Got a little more. Yep. Oh man. So we're doing a third set here First two were just straight sets. Got like, I think first set was 12 to 14, somewhere in there, 13, 14, and second was 10 to 11. We're gonna now bring it down, so focus a little bit more on time and tension and holding that squeeze. So that's that contraction at the top. We're gonna cut it in half, the weight. I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna actually hold for a quick second. So all the way out, we'll do a 2 count. So it's the same thing as a second, I call it a 2 count. So out, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So just trying to spend more time in the flexion part of this movement, even though it's behind us right there, you know, that's actually where you're contracting through your rear delts, and then just trying to hold and squeeze that as long as we can.
A little better, man. Still fight, man. Yeah, towards that. Yeah, towards that. So.
Yes, sir. Oh, yep. There it was. Yes, sir. Exercise number 2. All right, so like I said, we wanted to start from the back to the front. Start with rear delts. Now we're gonna work into that side lateral, that lateral head of the shoulder that everybody wants to see. You want those big boulder shoulders, those round pumpkin looking shoulders to complement your entire physique. So this is where you do it right here with the side lateral raises. I wanted to choose this one today because I tried this machine last week. If you guys watched my YouTube in the past, I don't use much of these elbow driven side delt raises. You guys have seen me when we were at Raw and Revive, we had that last ones that were out front with your hands, or we always did cable or dumbbell. So I ran this last week just to try it, and I forgot how good this old Cybex is. I mean, this is a piece from the 80s or 90s. This is a very old side lateral machine. I really, really like it. You can get in there. I don't technically use these handles. I just focus on getting my arms out and away from me, through the ground, through the walls, as far away from me, down and out as I can go. So it loads just that shoulder head. And this does a really good job of evenly loading both shoulder heads throughout the entire movement. So I really, really like this one. We are gonna run this today, heavy and hard. This is gonna be the first working set. We might have to do a gym pin on this. It might not be heavy enough, but we'll see. I'm getting close here now. But like I said, it's just about execution here, coming up, really squeezing at the top and controlling it down. We don't want half reps. You don't want to go too far. You don't want to lose it. But you wanted that perfect, right up to 90, maybe a little bit higher, and then controlling it back down. So watch how it's done. Oh, if I can get in here. One more. Yes. Oh. Beautiful. I love this thing. This thing's nice. It's a little bit of help, so just drive the elbows just a little bit, okay? I'll tell you. Yep. All right. If I can get it.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Yep.
Big set. Come on. Good. 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 Come on. Nice. You got it. Come on. Good. Good.
One more me.
You got it.
Here we go.
Let's go. Time to work.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
2.
Good.
2 more.
Good. Come on. All the way. All the way.
Good. Thanks, mate. Whoa. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Oh. Good. All right, so ran the top set there, felt really good. We did the whole stack. I don't know, it's like 12 to 13, something like that. But my point here, what I wanted to stress is, you saw I brought a partner over there. So I just used him as this very last set. Something you guys can do in your own training. I'm sure there's somebody in your gym that might help you with one set. It takes 2 minutes out of their time, right? Shoulders is a really good exercise group that you can use partner assistance, right? I've stressed this a lot in the past, especially, you know, training with Martin and looking at his shoulders. He really taught me that, like, obviously volume is going to be very huge in shoulder development, especially with lateral raises. Having somebody that that can slightly push you past failure for continued reps. So as you saw there, I got about 11 or 12 on my own. And then Matt, I told him, hey, when I tell you come in, give me a little assistance on the elbows so I can get to the top, but still make me fight for it. But let's get an extra 3, 4, 5 reps after that failure point, right? So having a partner on shoulder day, just a slight assistance with elbow drive, getting it a little bit higher, it can make you break down so much more tissue and push yourself past failure. And that's exactly what you need. Like I said, you want to continue to break down all those micro tears of the fibers that you then recover throughout the day. So that's the whole purpose of this, and using a partner can help you, especially on shoulder day. Last set here, what we're going to do another variation. Today's theme is going to be 2 straight sets and then a variation. We're going to roll with that today. What I want to do here is I'm actually going to do 21s. So I call them 21s. They're mainly known for doing them on biceps. So you've seen people do the 21 curls where it's 7 in the bottom, 7 at the top end range, and then 7 in the full range. What I'm going to do is I'm going to convert that into shoulder exercise here. Go 7 in the top range first, 7 in the bottom range, and then 7 full. So definitely cut your weight down. I cut it in half from what I did on that top set, and it's going to be all about control. This is a big time intensive set, and then hitting each range of your shoulder to really tear them down here. So we'll see how we can do right now. Beautiful. Yes. There it is. Exercise number 3. So we're gonna do another side lateral delt raise here. We're gonna go do a cable cross. So I really like these, especially with the cuffs. Same kind of concept with the machine, where if you can drive through the elbow or drive through cuffs on your wrist, if you eliminate the hands, that's just another variable that might be taken away from the movement. So the more variables you have, like I said, your hands, your wrist joint, your elbow joint, there can be things that can take away from the movement, right? Because you can bend at the joints, you can move your hands, so you can lose some of that connection into the shoulders. So by doing the cuffs on your wrist or driving through the elbows on your pad, you eliminate any chances of losing the movement throughout the entirety. I like to do things like this so I can feel and get the connection even more in those shoulders. And as you saw here, we're gonna do 2 top sets again. One more. Yes, sir. Oh, gosh darn it. I don't want to ruin that towel. This is what tough guys do. Who needs a Band-Aid when you got chalk? Now, what are you guys training today? Okay, I'm still trying to figure it out.
No, we're doing push or quad leg day.
Okay. I've seen you do like 3 different things, and then you guys laid on the ground for a little bit, and then now you're just sitting.
This is his fault. He's the one resting right now.
Yep, come on. One more. Yep. Yes. And then the variation this time we are going to do is a 1.5 at the top. This is a shoulder variation I like to use. It'll be our 3rd set. So like I said, you go lower weight again. And what we'll do here is you're gonna go a full rep up. You're gonna go half rep down, stop here, back up, then full down. So it's 1.5, 1.5. So I call them 1.5s. You're keeping that half part, or that half portion in the top, because that's gonna be the hardest portion. Try to just pick up some weights right here and just hold them. You get very, very tired very, very fast. So we want to strengthen that area. We want to tear down the muscle in that area so we can build it back bigger, stronger, faster. Come on. One more. Here we go first. Yes, sir. That's easy, baby. Kenny, I've been training on Arsenal before you were even in America, okay? I'm not. I'm just kidding. They came out with this like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. When did you come here?
2008.
2008. I knew it was a lot longer. I was just fucking. So Arsenal, I really like their leg press. They copied Nebula, the original. They actually they got the patent for it, so they did that right. I do like their hack squat. I like how it unloads right here. It's smooth to me. I really like the hack squat. Honestly, the shoulder press is pretty good. We are moving on to exercise number 4. So now we're going to the front. Rear delt, side lateral, now that front delt. And today we're gonna do some pressing. I don't always do pressing on shoulder days since I get a lot of the anterior delt on the pressing movements of chest. But today, since it's only shoulders and triceps, I wanna get some specific anterior delt work. So we're gonna do this on the Arsenal plate loaded press machine here. So this is a great one. Used this many times in the past. Just a very smooth pass, kind of travels in, which really isolates that anterior delt. So we're gonna do 3 sets again, and they're just gonna all be straight sets. There's not too much, it's hard to really do a variation on this when you're by yourself, especially if it's pin loaded, maybe a little bit, but since plate load, it just takes so much time. So what I'll do here is I'll do 5 plates per side. It's a failure. Then we'll probably just retract from there. So then after that, probably a back off at 4, and then maybe a slow 3rd round of 3 plates per side, just controlling it absolutely completely. So that's when we're 3 seconds down, pause and hold 1 back up. All right, let's get these presses, and we'll finish off the shoulders and head to triceps. It's feeling pretty easy. Yes. We're good. I'm just stuck. I love these plates. Here's the issue. Hold on, ready?
You got it. Let's go.
1, 2, 3. Yep, got it.
Let's go. Come on. Good. Good. Come on. Easy. Let's go. Good set. Good set. Come on. Come on.
Here we go.
Let's go. Come on. Good. One more. Come on. All you. All you. Good.
Yes, sir. Woo.
Show us how to do it, Brett.
I'm just good at putting chalk on my hands. I'm all about the show, not the go.
It's fun to play with.
Come on. Yep. Good one. Yes, sir. Let's go. All right, exercise number 5. So I want to go back and finish off. We're gonna do one more side lateral raise here, but I want to show you this one because this is one of my favorites. So I've showed this a lot in the past, and I liked it for beginners to do this because it really slows down the movement. And this is how you can, honestly, this is how you should start learning how to do proper side lateral raises. Move away from the bench after that, and then you can do freestanding on your own. So how I like to set this up is you have a bench, you go straight up and down with it, like I said, vertically. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna straddle this, and then I'm just gonna kind of lean into it, hips into it too, because I don't want any movement here. There's nothing moving here. Your hips are into it, you're staying steady, and all it is, you're gonna be a little bit lighter on the dumbbells. All it is just raises right here. So I'm just minimizing everything. There's no body swings. Again, I'm just eliminating different areas that can take away from the movement. So now I'm gonna take away the ability to use your body to raise the weight. So a lot of people are just swinging and throwing the weights up. I'm leaning in this, I'm staying here, and I'm just here. I'm here. So that's where we stay in. Probably 25 to 30 pounds is all you need here. That's all I need here anyway. Going, like I said, probably 12 to 15 reps, a little bit higher in rep range, but just staying perfect as we can be. So what we're gonna do with these side lateral raises, lean it into a bench, we're gonna superset it. So since this will be our last shoulder workout, we're just gonna send it. So I wanna do a front raise with this as well. So we're finishing with some side raises, with some from front. How I'm setting this up is I'm gonna do this cable in between legs. I really like this one just because, again, another isolation movement. I'm going the cable, some kind of rope or something longer. I'll have it in between my legs, slight lean forward, and I'm just coming out, slowly opening a little bit at the end to isolate that front delt on both sides and control it back down. So this is just our movement right here, keeping it in our zone with the cable and getting a high rep, a lot of volume in here until it burns.
Yep.
Burning. Damn. That's perfect. Damn.
Yep. Yep. It's
Five exercises. That last one's a superset, so 5 total exercises with the shoulders, and now we're gonna do 2 here, triceps, finishing them off, loading them up, hitting that back arm front arm and back arm. We're gonna start off here. This is an old John Meadows secret that he used to always do with me, and I remember I've shown a few times on YouTube in the past, but not too often. This is just a really good starter to your tricep work, just because it gets a lot of blood in there right away, really tears down, and like I said, really isolates multiple heads of the tricep. And so what we'll do here is we'll start here just with a push down with an overhand like this, so a neutral grip overhand. You're coming down, you're really pushing through the bottom there. Really emphasize the squeeze and the push out at the bottom. Isolate that tricep head, down, squeeze, and we'll do 10 of these. Just pure good form. Then after 10, we'll stop. Then we can do an under grip, so go straight to an under grip version. So this is gonna hit the underneath version more on the tricep. So here, bam, squeeze. See how now we're at that longer head? And then we'll do 10 here. So it's 10 overhand, a switch to 10 underhand. So 20 total reps there, bang, bang. Probably do 3 or 4 sets here. Really get the triceps blown up and ready for the work ahead. Yep. 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 All right, I guess that's what we'll do. All right, real quick, just I thought of it and I'm drinking it today. This is the newest monochrome version from Helix. So this might be my favorite new favorite one. It's the all white, the white out version. So I've talked about these in the past. Everyone's like, what's so special about the Helix? Mainly it's just this vortex design. So it makes it very, very simple to stir, mix, blend anything you up. Much better than having a little shaker ball in there that you're probably gonna lose anyway. So it just makes the vortex design of the cup actually blends it, mixes it better than any ball that you might have. So also they come with a whole bunch of different colors and designs, and sometimes if you're special enough, you get your own bottle. So hopefully one day there'll be a butcher bottle. We just gotta get there and talk to ownership, see if we can pull it off. So check it out, helix.com. I love these shakers. You guys see them, different ones. I use different ones every time, but this might be the new favorite. Oh shit. Ah! Come on back! Oh yeah. Ah! This shit burns, man. So now we're moving to the second exercise of triceps today. I had one of these back at Armbrust. That was years ago, 7 years ago. No, it's not 7, 3 years ago when I was there. And I really love this one because it just mimics kind of an over the head kind of extension, kind of a skull crusher kind of movement, but just really isolates you in here. I get in here super tight because it is a small piece of equipment. So the back pad should be forcing you in as tight as you can be. And then it's all about just pressing through that tricep, extending, and then pinning it hard. You got to get that full range of motion on these, especially on that contraction at the very end, and try to squeeze that for a quick 1 count and then control it back. So again, this kind of puts you in the area, puts your body in the avenue it needs to be, and then you just have to focus on solely using your triceps to extend the weight and flex it back. I'm stuck. Can't get back here. Mini equipment. Oh man, tries are fucking burning. That is a wrap today on the shoulders and triceps. So as you saw, there's 5 exercises of shoulders was the focus, and then we finished them off with a couple, like I said, that push down and then that extension machine. That's all you need for today. So now we're gonna finish up here, get a little food in us, go get a haircut. I gotta look good for tomorrow, right? And you guys are coming with us to the Branch Warren Classic tomorrow. So it's guest posing time, it's selling some butcher bomb time, and I'm pretty sure there's over 400 athletes on stage tomorrow. So it's a big show for Branch. I'm excited for him and happy for him. And me and Martin are gonna go show off on stage, give you guys a little sneak peek for the Olympia ahead, and then just have a good old day down there at NRG Stadium in downtown Houston. I'm learning my Houston area, so I know you guys won't see this till after, but I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of you guys there. The weeks to come is just gonna be training down here as hard as we can. And then I have one more guest posing in Denver. Of course, I have to go out there for the Colorado Cup in August and a few other small trips, but I don't wanna, now that we're here and settled, I really just wanna lock into this, the train for the Olympia, and also the businesses, and showing you guys everything we got going down here at Leader Fitness, LeaderFormulas, Butcher Bomb, Butcher Hooks, and the future of what we got going on. So we will see you guys at the guest posing tomorrow. Peace out. What's up, everybody? We are out at the show. It's show day. So today is the guest posing, what I talked about. We are out here with LeaderFormulas as well as, of course, the Butcher Bomb. So like I talked about, this is the Saturday I've been looking forward to, especially at the Branch Warren Classic and meeting the new community that's down here. So this is kind of a home turf, first local show that I've been to, and it's a good way to establish, obviously, Butcher Bomb, but also kind of the launch of the LeaderFormulas that we're having a good time out here this weekend.
going to be your first Olympia coming up. You qualified before, had some things happen, so I know you're hungry, I know you're ready to get on that stage and show the world what you got. So, how's it feel training with your best friend, who's also going to be your #1 competitor at the Olympia?
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm very fortunate, obviously, to have, you know, the resource of Martin and us train together. We also have to make a lot of our choices in life to, you know, to set up for this. Everybody's like, oh, you're so lucky you have a good training partner, whatever. It's like we got to take the risk, you know, take things that we might not necessarily want to do to make it happen, right? You know, that's moving all over the nation like he has. But now we're settled here in Texas, and it feels so good. I keep telling people I've been here 2 weeks. I keep telling people that it feels like I've been here 2 months already. Like, just the connections, the people down here are so friendly, so willing to help. So I want to say thank you to all the people I've already met, and hopefully continue to do so. I'll be back there. I have a booth. It's the Butcher Bomb booth. So come back, say what's up. I'm right next to LeaderFormulas, which is a new supplement sponsor here in Houston. So I'll tell you a little bit about them as well. But in general, I look forward to the bodybuilding community and seeing all these wonderful athletes. And the fans represent this awesome Houston town right now.
Brett, I've seen you grow so much as a person, man, and also a bodybuilder. I think when I first saw you, you probably gained 75 pounds since the first time I met you. 75 pounds of lean muscle. And you've got your beautiful wife, Vanna, your little baby girl. So did you train harder now, being a father, than you did before you were?
I think becoming a father makes you prioritize your time a lot better, I would say. Makes you really get on your own ass on making sure you're doing the most with the least, right? With as much time as you have. I have an amazing wife that's very good at communicating, and we both are still able to go after our own personal physical goals, right? Working together that way. And then everything now, I'm enjoying, as you guys just saw, you know, the first time she's seen me on stage posing, she'll might remember, we'll see. But it was just an amazing moment just to feel that and enjoy it with everybody here. So I appreciate it.
Brett, you look incredible, man. Thank you. Wish you both you guys the best of luck. I'm pulling for both of you, so bring it back to Texas. Thank you.
All right, that is a wrap on our little 3-day sprint there. So like I said, this YouTube content is pumping now. This is technically 2025 Olympia Prep episode number 2. Like I said, introduction to Houston. So have a lot of fun things up ahead. We've been doing a lot of gym hopping. So I'm gonna try to get Kenny here probably this next week or the week after. He's gonna join us and we're gonna go to one of these gyms. Like, I'm really gonna use this first part of the year, or at least the next couple weeks, to really go to all the different gyms in Houston. Obviously just the network, see what the gyms are like out here, meet some of the owners, and then also get ideas for a gym that I might possibly want to do next year. So that's kind of the goals with all this move, is setting up a gym possibility to build for the future and be the home base. But we got to get some ideas. We got to make sure it's the perfect style for what I envision a gym should be in the future. And that's what we'll be doing here ahead and bring you guys with us. So like I said, you guys got a good workout there with the shoulders and the triceps. And then we came here, guest posing here, finishing up at NRG Stadium. Center right here, stadium over there. And everybody's here from Morgan Wallen, I guess. So maybe we'll have to go over to Morgan Wallen tonight and finish off this awesome day. That's a wrap on here. So let's keep liking, subscribing. Let me know. I said to keep commenting. A lot of you are just saying that you're happy that I'm back and it's good that the videos are coming. You guys got to let me know what you want to see. And then we'll keep building it from there. Again, until next time, we'll see ya. Peace.